not play Friday night. Cofield and Midway were off.
And Kingston didn't play.
Right, and Kingston had the COVID virus issues, and also Sunbright came down late with it as well and could not play in their scheduled game against Pickett County. And they're also
that came right down to the line, didn't it? That Sunbright deal, wasn't that last minute?
yeah, it's just last minute, and I think their game this Friday night against Greenback has also been canceled.
Yeah, I'll look at that too. I'll see if there's any other games that have been canceled while we're doing that.
It's almost a blessing for Sunbright not to have to play Greenback, but on normal circumstances. But the way Greenback's been playing this year, Sunbright may have been chomping at the bits, wanting a piece of what's left after Loudon and Meigs County got done with them, because, I mean, them boys are licking their wounds out there.
All right, that's two pretty good teams, Loudon and Meigs County. Of course, Greenback, they went to the state finals last year, and I know they lost some talent. I don't know how much, but the region may be up for grabs this year with Cofield.
I mean, I've seen Cofield play one time, and they played a very bad Wartburg team, so it's hard to get a good judge of where they really are. I mean, when you're playing a team that can't get lined up, it's hard to judge where you're really at. I mean, now I'll tell you this: Oliver Springs played some tough competition Friday night. Went up and played William Blunt, and it's just a different level when you get to where you got 1,800 kids to choose from versus a single A ball. William Blunt was just bigger, stronger, faster at every position across the board, and I mean it was just because they got so many more kids to choose from. There's no way that. But I tell you this, Oliver Springs has at least got an idea in their head where they know where they stand against a really, really good football team that they're going to face in single A, because they won't face a better team in single A than they played Friday night, I don't believe.
Don't believe so.
No.
Right.
And then you guys were asking, Sunbright does play Friday against Greenback. It's still on the schedule. It's at Sunbright.
I believe I saw where it's been postponed.
It's still listed on Coach T as Friday night, 7:30 kickoff.
I'm pretty sure it's been canceled, but
yeah, I'm looking on here. It just says Pickett County was canceled. They're still playing. They're still listed as playing Greenback.
Well, I hope they do.
yeah, I hope they get it in. And the OEB Law game of the week will be Harriman at Cofield this Friday night. And it should be a dandy of a game. I didn't mean to leave when I mentioned Cofield challenging Greenback. I think there was a few teams in the region that could challenge Greenback. Harriman also one of them, as well as Midway. And
I'm a homer.
I know you're a Cofield, play for the Yellow Jackets. I was looking all-time series. Cofield leads 11-4.
Now let's make that 12-4.
And they played a game in 1934. I guess it was their first game, and they didn't. I don't know if it was their first game, but they didn't play again till 2003. So that is quite the layoff with that series.
Especially considering they're 10, 15 minutes from each other.
Right, that's a long time to go without playing, but Cofield has won the last 4 meetings. Last year defeated Harriman 36-7. The Blue Devils, they picked up their first win, defeating Wartburg. So both teams have played Wartburg, a common opponent, and Cofield defeated Wartburg 40-8, I believe it was.
That's correct.
And so you're looking at the scores. You might see some points put up in this one. Harriman's quarterback, Tadarius Boyd, he had 4 touchdown passes against Wartburg, and all went to a different receiver.
They got a lot of speed, a lot of talent across the board. But I don't understand why they I don't know. I don't understand why teams persist on running that offense when they've got so many skill players to distribute the ball to. but I don't know, hard-headedness maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
But-
Coach Travis Tapp, he's been at Harriman, I think, 18 years.
And
There's a lot of schools that run the wing tee, or a version of it. I know Harriman, Kingston.
Yeah,
I
Rockwood
believe.
does too.
Rockwood.
Oneida runs a version of it.
Yep.
Gallagher Pittman used to run a version of it
You
as
think
well.
it's easier to run that type of offense in smaller classification? You know, Clinton tried it under Coach McCamey for about 3 years, didn't have much success. Everybody said, well, it won't work in 5A.
Personally,
But,
I've
you know,
seen.
he had a lot of success at Grace with it.
Yeah, personally, I've seen it work in 6A. I called one of the Maryville's championship game in 2013 where they played a team that ran the wing tee. Of course, they didn't win the championship, the team that they played, but they made it all the way up undefeated with the wing tee
It
in
was
6A.
Oakland, wasn't it?
Was in Oakland in that, not that game, in 2013. I'll figure out which team it was, but they had the wing tee all the way through.
Right. I've seen it run too. You know, Central back in the early 90s, Kippy Bayless and company, they had a lot of success running that type of offense. It was sort of new to the area then, it seemed like, and took a little bit for teams to catch up with it. But
And if you've
if you got the horses and it just takes a certain skill
does.
set to run it.
I mean, if you got as much speed, though, all over the field as Harriman does, but they're small. I don't understand cramming them all in an 8-yard box instead of getting them out in space and letting them make a one-on-one play against somebody, and 25 yards, here you go, Katie bar the door.
Phone lines are open if you'd like to
And I'm
call
not
in.
questioning the coaching of Harriman by saying that. I'm just saying my feelings on the wing tee offense.
Well, the phone lines are open if you'd like to call in. Clinton coach Darrell Keith, we're expecting him to be here in a little bit, so we look forward to chatting with him. Just going back to this week or last week in high school football in the Anderson County area, you know, Clinton, Oak Ridge, AC, nobody won, and you know, they played 3 pretty good opponents. Anderson County losing a really close game to Powell. And Oak Ridge falling to Kingsport. That game sort of surprised me the most with the way Dobbins Bennett sort of dominated that game up front. Oak Ridge, though, made he just couldn't get it punched in. I know they dropped a couple touchdown passes, but they just couldn't generate much offense.
Now, I actually talked to David Clary after the last show that was on, and he said that was probably the best Dobbins Bennett team he's seen come to town to play Oak Ridge in a long time. So they didn't expect him to come out that strong. Dobbins Bennett's a good team. They're historically a really good team.
The all-time winningest program in high school in Tennessee. I believe they were. I don't know if they still are, but they've never won a state championship, but yet they have the most wins. So like you say, Matt, traditional, very good program. I know they returned several starters off last year's team that really hammered Oak Ridge up there. But so Oak Ridge just couldn't put it together. Had some chances in just one of those games.
And this week, Dobbins Bennett takes on Bearden, so that's going to be a good challenge for them as well.
This will be Bearden's opening game.
This will be Bearden's opening game after the 2-week layoff because of the COVID-19.
Now, do you think that helps Bearden being fresh, or do you think that they're going to come out rusty because they haven't played a game? Have they been able to practice during this 2 weeks?
That would be a good question. I'm not going to answer that one because I'm not exactly sure if they would be able to practice just due to the circumstances.
I wouldn't think that they have to practice.
So then that's got to hurt you.
All right. Go and take our first call.
Go ahead, caller, you on the air.
Hello?
Hey. Oh, hey, is this Harriman's coach?
Yeah.
Coach Tapp?
Yes.
How you doing, brother?
Good. Doing good.
Hey, I wasn't taking no jabs at you just a minute ago, just so you know.
Huh?
I wasn't taking a jab at you a minute ago. I was just talking about the wing tee offense.
Oh, no, that's fine. I didn't even hear it. So
Okay,
that's
good.
fine with me. I'm in the middle, standing in the middle of the field right now, throwing it.
Sounds like a wonderful place to be.
Coat
Yeah.
on yourself there. Well, Coach, you getting ready for your game with Cofield Friday night?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, they're always good, so well coached, and of course, big region game. So, yeah, we're excited about it, and it's always a great atmosphere over there. It's quite a place to play. It's something special, and I know Cofield's proud of it. So, we're glad to get the opportunity to go over and play.
I know y'all opened the season with a loss to Kingston, but you bounced back last week, defeated Wartburg 43-22. Let's talk about the performance of your quarterback, Tadarius Boyd. I saw where he had 4 touchdown passes, and I saw a little bit of the game against Kingston. Looks very athletic, very mobile quarterback. Looks like y'all have a lot of weapons for him to choose from.
Yeah, again, we're kind of thin all over, but what we put out there, they do all right, and he does. That's the thing, he's had a lot of different people catch passes, and that's key. We don't care if anybody does key on one guy. There's several others that can catch, and that makes it good for a quarterback. And he's reading his keys well and taking what the defense gives him, and he gets the ball out of his hand quick. So for a kid that's only started 2 high school football games, I think he's done really well. He listens, and he listens to what you tell him in practice. So I'm proud of what he's doing.
That makes it a lot easier for him too when he does have multiple options to go to, because when you get in those situations where you only got one guy and they can key on him, boy, it sure can shut an offense down in a hurry.
Yeah, it does. And again, people don't understand, and I suppose you were making fun of my wing tee there a while ago, but there's been years, again, you don't have a bunch of kids on your team that can catch, and the spread's not for you. But, there for a while this summer, with the no contact order, we couldn't hand the ball off, and I wasn't going to violate an order, so, we could throw it some. So, heck, that's what we did, and I thought, well, if that's what we're going to do, then we're going to get good at it and do it, and I'm sure some people, of course, when I had Joe Pace and them, I threw, but, I'm sure some people about fell out with me throwing it 30-something times a game. But again, you just got to do what you're suited for, and that's what we're trying to do.
Coach Taft, you've been there at Harriman this is your 18th season, I believe, and what is it about Harriman? What do you like the most about coaching there? And before you came to Harriman, where did you coach at?
Well, in 1993, believe it or not, I started out as a head coach here. I was 22 years old, and Mr. Paul Scarborough gave me an opportunity to be the head coach at Oakdale. And Lord blessed us that year. We made it to the playoffs for the first time in school history. And most people don't know we had to beat Knox Catholic to get into the playoffs. So,
Wow.
it was just, a fortunate, like I said, Lord blessed me that year and my staff and my kids, and it just took off from there. But, and Oakdale was a special place, but, Harriman's where I went. It's home. And, people don't understand, and I've said it, there's nothing like the pride I take in being from Harriman and getting a coach at Harriman. They may find a better coach, but they won't find nobody it means more to I love those kids. I wore that jersey, and I love the school, and it means the world to me to get that opportunity to coach it at Harriman. When those kids come out of that field house and they go down them steps, I remember that. It brings chills to me, because I've been there, done that. And, of course, we all say it. We'd all give anything to go back, but we can't. But just getting to still be a part of it, it means the world to me. And, again, I think those young men know. They know how much I love them and love the school, and I want them to turn out to be productive members of society. And that's what it's about to me, and Harriman's home. It's special. It's very special to Travis Tapp to get that opportunity, and it's something I don't take lightly. But I love the opportunity, and I appreciate Mr. Callahan and Mr. Clark giving it to me.
You definitely bleed Blue Devil blue. And but this guy here in the middle, Eric Oates, he played for Cofield. Do you remember going up against him?
Who now? I couldn't hear you.
Eric Oaks.
I played at Cofield, and again, I played against that '93 Oakdale team, and that's probably the best Morgan County team we played when I was in high school.
Yeah, and I remember, Cofield, boy, they had in that year. I mean, they were throwing it before throwing was the thing, and they could do it all. And of course, all those guys, Gary Chris had a heck of a team, and they had all kinds of receivers back then, and they had good guys that could run the ball. And I vaguely remember, and I remember, we got our eyes open that night against Cofield, Now, I had a good ball team, but boy, Cofield we had a really strong district, Cofield and Cloudland was really good, I think ranked in the top 5 in the state that year back in '93. So, we've seen a lot of good football, So, yeah, I remember, and like I said, it's a lot of tradition, and I think through the years, Harriman and Cofield, and me and the Henry boys, and of course Gary. Before that, we always talked. It was such a good rivalry. It's a close game, and both schools always play hard in this game, and I don't expect no different Friday from both sides.
It's one of those deals where everybody knows everybody, and you go and you can talk about, you see the guys you played against when you were there and talk about old times and stuff. It's kind of like that Oliver Springs game. It's like that. There's just that circle there. It's very, to use a lack of a better word, it's an intimate relationship between that rivalry too, though, because there's not really that bitter hatred there. There's a mutual respect on both sides.
Yeah, it is. I mean, there is a ton of respect. Again, I talk to those Henry boys all the time. I mean, heck, we've sat in L camps together. Keith owes me a meal, by the way. It's his turn, so I'll remind him of that Friday. But I mean, we're friends, and but yeah, I know what competitors they are, and they know how I am. We're both going to want to win that game Friday night, and after it's over, I think both teams will play themselves to the point of they'll leave everything on the field, and we'll shake hands and go about our business and be friends after, And again, it's a big time mutual respect with each program, and we've talked about that before. It's tough in a way because you've known each other so long, and you played against each, coached against each other for so many years, but you always want to, you want to win that game, and then the friendship, continues after, and we move on. But yeah, it's again, I think it'll be, I don't think it'll be a great atmosphere over there Friday night. It'll be a good one for people to come watch.
That's the game of the week here on Channel 12, and Coach, I know last year y'all ended up in fourth. You made the playoffs. This year, you coming into this season, tomorrow, Friday night, a big region game, your first region game against Cofield. How do you see the region shaking out this year? Do you think the Blue Devils can move on up the pecking order? Greenback has been dominating the region here the last few years. I know they're off to an 0-2 start, which they were last year, but I know they lost a lot of talent off that team. You think the Blue Devils can move on up in the region standings and contend for the region title?
Well, I'll tell you, at this level, it's about staying healthy. And I'll tell you something about our region, and that's always your goal. If you're not out there to win it, I don't know why you're out there. But our region, and people, I don't think they can argue much. Top to bottom, our region's the toughest in the state in single A ball. If you look from top to bottom, there's teams that get left at home every year that could go beat other teams that make the playoffs, and beat them soundly. And it's tough. It's tough to make it. And you talk about our region again. I've seen Cofield on film. They're dang good. And I know Greenback's 0-2 and Oliver Springs is 0-2, but I promise you this, they both have good ball teams, and we all know it. I think Oliver Springs went and played a 5A, 6A school last week, just to get a game, and opened up with Oneida. So again, those guys have been playing such tough competition, and then, you got Oakdale's sitting there 2-0 right now and got a good ball team. And I know Sunbright won the first one, didn't get to play last week, but again, our region is just, I don't know what to say. We want to move up, and we want to win it. We'll have to stay healthy. We'll have to get better every week, and we'll have to not make mistakes, because I'm telling you, in our region, just one bad night, and you're not coming out of there with a win. And again, it's just it's tough. And you guys know you do a lot of the games, and I think it was 17 or 18, we beat Kingston, who was AAA, beat Oneida, who come in second in the region, beat Wartburg, who went to the playoffs, and we didn't even get in the playoffs in single A. And we're sitting there, 5-5, and had beat 3 schools bigger than us that all made the playoffs. So that tells you a little bit about how tough our region is. So, again, you always strive to do better. You get to the playoffs, you don't want to just play one round, you want to win. You don't want to go home. So, again, and that's the way everybody feels. Like I said, if you don't, I don't even know why you're putting that helmet on.
You're right, exactly right. And Coach, we wish you all the luck Friday night against Cofield, and like you say, you have to bring it every Friday night in your region, and I just love that region. All the schools playing each other really close, and but we wish you the best of luck Friday night and the rest of the season, and maybe get you to come in one of these Wednesday nights and bring some of your players with you.
Well, I appreciate that, and I thank you guys for doing what you do and getting high school football out there to the forefront. And you do a good job. Of course, we played Thursday, and I watched some of you Rockwood Sweetwater broadcast there Friday. You guys do a great job, and I know all the local schools and the athletes appreciate that and what you do. And I just want to let you know that, and thank you so much for covering these kids.
Well, you're welcome, and thank you for the kind words, and thanks for calling in, Coach, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, I appreciate it.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank
All
you.
right, thank you.
That was Coach Travis Tapp with the Harriman Blue Devils. Right now we're going to take our first break. We'll be back with Clinton head coach Darrell Keith. You're watching the Locker Room Chat.
Rome Metals Group has been serving East Tennessee for decades. Locally owned and operated with convenient hours of operation. Rome Metals buys all types of scrap metal. Nothing's too big or too small. Still have that clunker sitting around? We've been buying them for years. Rome Metals Group are specialists in industrial scrap. We have what it takes to get any size job done. Rome Metals urges you to recycle responsibly. Scrap with only licensed dealers. A member of the TSRA and the ISRI. Rome Metals Group. Turn that scrap into cash.
Muncie Pharmacy is your locally owned hometown pharmacy. They accept most insurances, so why go to the large chain pharmacies when you get better customer service at Muncie Pharmacy? Have a special prescription that needs compounding? Muncie Pharmacy can handle those needs as well. Muncie Pharmacy has a drive-through for your convenience and offers free delivery in the Oak Ridge area. And don't forget the gifts that we have available for all occasions.
Here at Muncie Pharmacy, we take the time to know you and treat you like family.
Football is back, and OAB Law is excited for a season full of big hits, perfect plays, and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OAB Law will come to your defense and tackle any obstacles blocking you from scoring a full and fair settlement. Call OAB Law 865-546-1111 and turn your wreck into a check.
Subaru, providing exceptional customer service is what we do best, and we've got the awards to prove it.
We've been recognized as Tennessee's only 9-time winner of the Love Promise Customer Commitment Award. And again this year, we also earned the Love Promise Community Commitment Award given for enhancing the areas we serve. At Earl Duff Subaru, we're more than just a car lot. We're a retailer you can love and one that gives back to local causes. Check out our reviews that come to Earl Duff Subaru in Harriman.
Take I-40 to exit 347 in Harriman, or check all our specials at duffsubaru.com.
Live and Let Live Drugstore in downtown Rockwood is your gift destination. Shop the new plush selection for that special someone. We have Bath & Body Works popular fragrances and custom gift baskets too. Live and Let Live has a wide selection of gift and home decor for any occasion, from yard flags to selected jewelry, plus much more. We have Big Orange giftware always available year-round. And don't forget to enjoy a soda fountain treat while you shop. Live and Let Live Drugstore, Gift Shop, and Soda Fountain in downtown Rockwood.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Locker Room Chat. And we are joined right now by the head football coach of the Clinton Dragons, Darrell Keith. Coach Keith, thank you for being here and welcome to the chat.
Thank you very much for having me. I remember we did this when I first got here, and here we are in the season, 2 games in, and East Tennessee football is everything I expected it to be.
Right, it's about 9 months ago almost when we had you here in the studio. You just got hired as the head coach of the Dragons, and now you're almost on the eve of your first home game as a head coach of the Dragons. What is your thoughts coming into your first home game against Halls on this Friday night?
Well, you know, Halls is a very good football team, well coached. You know, their coach is a former state champion. We're going to try to play as hard as we possibly can play. We're going to try to be mistake-free as possible we can be. We're going to try to take away what they do really well, which is run the ball and force them to throw the ball, and try to use our speed to our advantage and play good, sound football. We're confident if we play the way we're capable of playing that we can win this ball game. But if we don't play a perfect ball game, then once again for us it'll be a long night. So the excuse period for us is over. we're not going to talk about the amount of time we didn't have. We're not going to talk about it anymore. We're going to drive on and play hard football and try to exploit our opponent's weaknesses.
You come into this game 0-2, losses to Anderson County, and this past Friday to CAK, and you had a major injury in that game. Junior quarterback Trace Staggerson going down. What's the status of Trace?
Trace was a big part of our offense. He was the glue. He ran quite a bit. Our offensive line is not where we like it to be, and so Trace was running the read option, the inside-outside zone, and he did that really well. And on a pass play, he rolled out, and we didn't protect the backside, and he took a nice shot. And unfortunately for us and him, he broke his ankle, and so he was our experience at the quarterback helm. So that's a big blow. Anytime you lose your starting quarterback, he's a junior. That was detrimental to us, but we rebounded. We're going to rebound and do the best we possibly can. We're going to be starting the freshman Friday night, and we hope that he doesn't make freshman mistakes, but more likely he will. But we hope that he can manage the game and keep us in the road and minimize our mistakes on offense.
And Josh had some playing time this past week. What is the difference that you saw in the team when he came in, and how they rallied around Trace also on the sidelines?
I wouldn't say that he had that was a big difference. He broke a long run on athleticism. Even on those plays, there was some missed blocks. He made a long run of I would say that electrified the team. He threw a pass for a touchdown. I mean he's going to be an exciting kid to watch in the future. Right now, he's got to play because, like I said, we lost Trace. So I think that the same support that Trace got, he gets as well. They're two different type of quarterbacks. They do different things. Trace has the experience and the knowledge of the game, and Joshua's coming from middle school, so there are going to be some things that he hasn't seen before, and we're going to see how he's going to adapt to those things.
And then this is a little bit backing up from the time you started to now. What are some of the changes you've seen, not only in the team itself, but in the atmosphere around Clinton and Clinton High School?
Well, it's a lot more positivity. I was, I'm pretty shocked because we're 0-2, and yet still, I received positive feedback from people in the community and the teachers and the students, and that befuddles me. I thought that everybody would be mad, because we haven't won, but maybe this is a place that has vision and can see into the future. I am playing a lot of freshmen, and it's not to disrespect the older guys, but the best way to build a program in a fast way is to go ahead and pretty much feed your young kids to the fire. And hopefully by the time they become sophomores, they've already become accustomed to the speed of the game and can help you immediately. Unfortunately, by playing freshmen, you don't win right off. Basically you got a 14-year-old kid playing against an 18-year-old kid, and there are going to be some mismatches and some domination from an 18-year-old to a 14-year-old. But we feel confident that we're using the right formula to build a football team, not in 5 or 6 years, but 1 to 2 years. We want to win now. That's the country we live in. We want right now. And to be honest with you, I'm impatient. I want right now too.
Coach, your first year at Clinton, you're coming in. I know you don't want to talk about the excuses, the virus and all that. You couldn't have spring practice, couldn't evaluate your players. Now you've had some injuries here to start the season. You're in a tough region, and
yes,
to say the least. But Clinton, what is your visions for Clinton? I know Clinton's had 3 winning seasons since 1999, and their last winning season, 2014. So you're not exactly swimming in a sea of success, and I think you knew that when you came in, but I think you are going about it the right way and instilling discipline on the team, hard work. But
well,
what's it going to take to turn this Dragon program around?
I can sum it up with one word: pride. Let's do this. We're sitting in between two powerhouses, Anderson County and Oak Ridge. In some kind of way, we got to convince our kids to stay here and fight with us to get back to prominence, right? And the way you do that is you got to love the kids. You know, you got to tell them, they got to know you love them. And they got to understand what your goal is. If their vision doesn't line up with your vision, you're just wasting time. Everybody that signed on, that stayed on, you know, through the hard summer, the time before the COVID hit, they knew that it was going to be an uphill battle. But we always preach in the locker room. It's not how we start, but how we finish. You know, we know that we need to win 3 conference games. The playoffs is what we're playing for. We didn't have a spring or a summer, so we're going to use our first 4 games as a spring evaluation in the summer. You know, we're not looking for the perfect record. We're trying to make the playoffs. So our goal right now is 1 day at a time, 1 hour out the day, 1 minute out the hour. We're trying to take it step by step and trying to go 1-0 every week. But our goal is to make the playoffs. You know, we're going to set those goals and we're going to keep working for them. We have the talent to do it, but we got to put it all together to do it. I mean, think about it. You know, I'm new. I'm coming in with something new, something totally different. These guys are accustomed to running the wing tee, and I'm asking them to do something totally different. And you know what? They have a positive attitude, and they're doing it. But it takes time, and I think we're going to reach our goal. Each week we're going to get better until we win a football game. And then once we win a football game, we'll win another one.
Well, we got a call here. Let's go ahead and take it. Go ahead, caller. You're on with Clinton head coach Darrell Keith.
Hey, Coach, it's Greg Crawford. I want to wish you luck tomorrow night, and I'm glad we're at home, and go Dragons.
Well, how you doing, Ms. Crawford? I'm glad to hear from you. You've always been supportive.
I'm doing good.
I think that I know we're going to play a very hard football game tomorrow night. We're going to be innovative. We're going to try to be quicker and faster and be more to the point towards our opponent. We're going to really try to. We're going to, you know, basically against Halls, it's going to be speed versus power. Let's just call it for what it is.
Okay.
And so most of the time when speed versus power, speed wins. But at the same time, power is very formidable. So if we can keep Halls off the field, they can't hurt us. So we'll try to ball control, flip the field. We've been working extensively on our punting game, and you know, we've been really working hard as a staff, and I think it'll manifest itself here Friday.
Well, good luck and go Dragons.
Go Dragons.
Thank you for calling, Greg.
Looks like we've got a second caller, and actually 2 more waiting on us now. So go ahead, caller, you're on the air.
Hey, Coach Steve.
Yes, sir.
Hey, are you gonna let me help you in this deal?
I sure am. I'm gonna let you help me, man. I'm so happy with you. I appreciate
I thought you
calling.
was mad at me.
No, I'm not mad at you, but with all the COVID, we have to let our trainer do the water now. So
okay,
that's what it is.
Right.
Nothing personal.
Be there Friday night.
I will. Love it.
Love you too, brother.
Bye.
They won't let you forget, Will.
Yeah, that was Anthony calling in. So we got one more caller. Go ahead, caller, you're on the air.
Yes, I want to welcome Coach Keith to our town and hope he loves it as much as we do. And go Dragons, from a Dragon for Life person.
Yes, ma'am. In regards to Clinton, that's one of the things that bothers me the most is that I haven't been able to provide you with a win, because Clinton has been so welcoming and kind to my family, especially when my wife was sick and recovering. And so, yeah, that's one of the things that really bothers me deep down, that I feel like I'm letting you guys down. And so we're going to continue to work to give you something to cheer about, because I feel like I owe Clinton so much. Go Dragons.
Well, we will be cheering, win or lose. You're doing a great job.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Coach, you were talking about having Halls come in this Friday. It's also senior night this Friday. What does that mean to you, having senior night so early in the season?
Well, you know, that and this is based on this. Every coach is dealing with, that phone call. Hey, you guys got to shut down. Somebody's been exposed. And that's the biggest thing. These guys don't know if they're gonna play from week to week, and that's a big deal. I really hope that they get to enjoy their senior night with the win. But more important is they get to play this on the senior night, because I'll be honest with you, Sleepy, about 2 or 3 months ago, I didn't think we were gonna play football. So that aspect of it, I'm grateful that they get to play football. But what would really be icing on the cake if they were able to win this senior night.
Right. That was Loretta Hickman called in. She's class of early 60s, I believe. Does a lot. I think they purchased the Mike the Dragon.
Mike the Dragon.
You get to see it blowing some flame or smoke Friday night.
Yes, MIG has already pledged to refurbish the Dragon and paint it, so that's in the process.
Let's go ahead and take this other call.
Actually, look. It looks like that the person just hung up, but we were talking about senior night. We actually have we have 3 seniors in the building with us right now. Do you want to introduce the first senior, Coach?
Yes, I'd like to introduce my son, Darian Woodruff.
Go ahead, Darian.
High school Darian Woodruff.
And Darian, you just came in with Coach Keith this past spring. What do you think of being at Dragon right now?
I'm loving it. I'm loving the experience I've had so far. Clinton's treated me right and treated my family right. They've had open arms towards me, showed me love. Can't be mad at them.
What positions are you playing?
I play fullback and defensive line.
Now, you're a senior, correct?
Yes, sir.
What's been your favorite part so far?
Man, the people of Clinton, honestly, man, they're just loving people, man. They just loved on me, made me feel special.
How do you compare Clinton High School? Was you at Todd County?
Yes, sir.
High School. Can you compare the two a little bit, or any similarities, or just besides your dad coaching you?
I mean, I think y'all are like better people than Todd County people, but I mean, there's not much of a difference.
Just good people, right?
Yes, sir, for sure.
So what's one thing you're looking forward to Friday night?
I'm just looking to win. Just need a win on our belt.
Darian, what are your plans for the future? You said you're a senior. What would you like to do after you graduate?
I like to go to college and be a psychiatrist.
That's good. You plan on playing football at the next level?
I hope if I get a scholarship, I hope so for sure. And then be a psychiatrist with that scholarship.
Oh my God!
Well, yeah. So what do you think about that one, Coach?
I'm very proud of Darian. I mean, Darian's come a long way. We love Darian dearly. Psychiatrist, God help us. I want to see his psychiatrist.
Before you got here, Nate Murphy, he was saying that you was the ladies' man. Is that right?
Sort of, they just attracted me, man.
I think he's a little jealous, then.
Yeah, for sure.
So, Darian, what's one thing you want to say to the Clinton community, or is there anyone that you want to thank personally since you've been here?
I like to thank Coach Keith, honestly. He gave me a second chance at life. Where I was at a bad place. But, he helped me out a lot by bringing me up here. So I really appreciate him for that.
Darian, we appreciate you being here, coming out tonight.
Thank you.
Wish you the best of luck Friday night and get a win against the Red Devils. I know they got a couple former Dragons that start for them, so be sure to tell them what it's like when you come to Clinton.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, we're going to take our next break, and when we come back, we'll be visiting with Michael Stevenson and Nate Murphy, and also Coach Keith here. So If you got a question or comment, please call in, but we'll be right back.
Live and Let Live Drugstore in downtown Rockwood is the premier pharmacy service location. Let our professional staff help with all your pharmacy needs, answer your questions, or help with your medication management with our Medicine on Time packaging system. We also offer medication therapy management to ensure you're receiving maximum benefits from your medication. Diabetes care is available with one-on-one consultations, or you can attend one of our monthly diabetes information classes. Live and Let Live Drugstore in downtown Rockwood.
We treat you like family at RMG. Bring your junk, cars, aluminum cans. We'll buy it on the spot and we'll pay you a lot. We treat you like family at RMG. Yeah, we treat you like family at RMG. We treat you like family.
Rome Metals is located just off of Highway 27 between Harriman and Rockwood.
At Earl F. Subaru, providing exceptional customer service is what we do best, and we've got the awards to prove it.
We've been recognized as Tennessee's only 9-time winner of the Love Promise Customer Commitment Award. And again this year, we also earned the Love Promise Community Commitment Award given for enhancing the areas we serve. At Earl F. Subaru, we're more than just a car lot. We're a retailer you can love and one that gives back to local causes. Check out our reviews that come to Earl F. Subaru in Harriman.
Take I-40 to exit 347 in Harriman, or check all our specials at duffsubaru.com.
Muncie Pharmacy is your locally owned hometown pharmacy. They accept most insurances, so why go to the large chain pharmacies when you get better customer service at Muncie Pharmacy? Have a special prescription that needs compounding? Muncie Pharmacy can handle those needs as well. Muncie Pharmacy has a drive-through for your convenience and offers free delivery in the Oak Ridge area. And don't forget the gifts that we have available for all occasions.
Here at Muncie Pharmacy, we take the time to know you and treat you like family.
Football is back, and OAB Law is excited for a season full of big hits, perfect plays, and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OAB Law will come to your defense and tackle any obstacles blocking you from scoring a full and fair settlement. Call OAB Law 865-546-1111 and turn your wreck into a check.
Welcome back to the Locker Room Chat. We have the Clinton Dragons in studio, Coach Keith and some of his players. Right now we're going to visit with lineman Michael Stevenson.
Yeah, Michael Stevenson, another senior lineman, played with us for 3 years and 2 years now. So Michael, what do you think about this year so far, your senior year?
Well, I think we got a lot of promising things to come. We started off kind of slow. We got a lot of work to do. We just got to tighten down the bolts, and good things will come as we work for it.
And I know Coach Keith wanted to say a few things about Michael, so go ahead, Coach.
When I first met Michael couldn't walk, let alone run or jog. I'm very hard on Michael Stevens, and he probably don't think I like him, but I have so much respect for him. He has what I call poxy. He's going to be a hell of a man in whatever he decides to do in life. I like being around him. He warms up the room, and I wish I had him for 2 more years. To fight back off an ACL injury and to be as effective as he is, I'm blessed to have him. If Michael realizes how talented he is, he could be a phenomenal player.
Michael, you go both ways with the Dragons?
I do. I start on offense, and I help out on defense a little bit too.
I know you're a Clinton boy. I know your dad. I know he was at Clinton Middle School, and maybe
Yes, sir.
this might have been a play for the Dragons as a freshman, or
No, I left Clinton my 8th grade year because
Right.
my dad got a job in Clarksville, Tennessee. But I came back my sophomore year to play.
So you was pretty close to Coach Keith there if you was in Clarksville.
I was, yeah. Darian's actually played a few Clarksville teams.
We said we knew him. That's funny. Me and Darren said we knew him from Clarksville, and now it all came back. Yes.
Played for Clarksville Northeast, or
I played for Clarksville High School, the Wildcats.
just
Yes.
Clarksville?
We saw him at the Jamboree at Austin Peay.
Yep.
Yep. That's him.
So, Michael, what are some of your favorite memories so far?
You know, I don't really remember much. Being a lineman, you got a lot of head injuries and brain damage. So I remember it day by day. A lot of impacts, a lot of hits. That's the fun part. I like being in the trenches.
What is your plans for the future after you
I'd like to
graduate?
play. I'd like to play football at the next level. You know, I might not get a scholarship for being a lineman. I'm kind of under the radar with my height and everything. But you know, wherever God takes me, I'll go.
There you go.
Just gotta listen.
There you go.
What about what's it going to take? You'll be going up against Trevor Linderman. You looking forward to that Friday night?
Oh, it's always fun to hit another big man just to see who will win. I think it'll be me.
Give him a little something on his return to Clinton, right?
Yeah, he ain't a Clinton boy. I won't hold it against him for leaving.
Right. Well, Michael, we appreciate you coming on, and wish you best of luck Friday night and the rest of the season.
Appreciate y'all. Thanks
Before
for
you
having
go,
me.
what would you like to do in college? What do you plan on?
Well, I'm not really sure yet. I'd like to go into
Yes,
the
I
engineering
got
field. UT'd be my preferred college for that. Thank y'all.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, Michael. And that was my Coach Keith. You were talking about Michael when he said he was a little bit under. He was not as well known. You were shaking your head. Why do you say that?
Michael play. If Michael wants to play college football, I'm pretty sure Michael play college football.
All right, now we got our final senior up here tonight. We've talked about him in the past. It's senior Nate Murphy, wide receiver, and he's coming off a pretty severe injury last year. It was during the scrimmage right before the first game of the season. And I know Nate's just happy to be back on the field. Nate, tell us just a little bit about what you've gone through the past year.
I mean, it was last year, August 9th to be exact. Third play of the scrimmage. Thought I had first big play of the year for us, really, and ended up slowing down before the goal line. Got tackled, broke my leg, but I mean, I made my recovery as smooth as I possibly could. I'm just glad to be back.
Yeah, you have a great success story, Nate. Just admire you, what you went through, getting hurt last year. It's a compound fracture of the right leg.
Yes,
and
sir.
Just seeing you and being around you a little bit, it didn't seem like it really fazed you that much. You really you must have a lot of faith, and so I know you was always in an upbeat mood. You was at all the games last year, and you just continued to work, and I think you vowed to get back.
Yes, sir.
And you were back for the first game, and I think that is just outstanding.
But I think I attribute my recovery to the men upstairs 100%. I know without him, there's no shot I didn't even think I'd be playing this year without him. And then everybody in the community, in the Clinton community, really, they had my back through the whole thing. And then the people at my PT place and my trainer especially helped a lot.
Are you going both ways this year?
Yes, sir. Just like Michael is, I start on offense and help out on defense.
And Coach Keith, your first year here, you worked with Nate when he couldn't play all the way till now? What have you seen in him?
Well, I won't say we've been unfair to Nate. We've really pampered Nate, and that's on me. We've kind of been watching Nate make sure that he's fully healed, so we haven't really ridden him like we really wanted to. And that's me, that's the dad in me, I wanted to make sure that his knee wasn't hurting, his leg wasn't hurting, so, I kind of took it slow with him, he had a serious injury. And so, I've been Papa Bear a little bit, but it's time to take the reins off and open it up and let him see what he can do. He seems to be. We had a conversation. He seems to be confident that he's 100% healthy. So we're gonna have to we're gonna have to let him play football like the way he did prior to his injury. So sometimes I play Papa Bear and I apologize for that, Nate. But I care more about your health than I do sometimes football.
I know you got your first catch last week.
Yes, sir.
And I stood up and applauded, and it was a great moment to see that young man, what all he went through to come back on the field and contribute.
I cringed when they hit his leg too, so so yeah, we're gonna take the brakes off of Nate this week.
Sounds good.
What is that? How does that make you feel, Nate?
That makes me feel great. I'm just happy to be able to play the game I love. No setbacks or anything like that.
They were expecting big things out of him last year, Coach. I think he was the number one wide receiver, and that was a big blow to the team. And this year for him to come back the way he has, it's just, I can't say it enough how good it is. And Nate, what is your plans for the future?
I plan on hopefully going to 4-year college and then being a gym teacher. That way I can I feel like I'm pretty good with kids. So, and who doesn't like playing dodgeball all day, every day? And being a teacher, you'd be able to coach too. So.
Right, I was going to say, would you like to coach someday?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Who is someone that's made you want to coach?
Probably Coach Drum, Coach Keith for sure. In the 9 months or so that I've known him, he's already made a huge impact on my life. Whenever I met him, I was pitiful. I looked like a wounded deer walking around. And here I am. He's inspired me a lot.
How does that make you feel, Coach?
I'm touched. I'm hard on Nate. I expect a lot out of Nate. Nate always, yes sir, no sir, and comes and gives me the best he can give me. I haven't won a game, but I tell you what, I'm blessed. I'm better for knowing these people here in Clem, players and people alike. And I mean that. I'm not saying it just to be saying it. I'm better for being here. It's made me a better person. It really has. Sometimes you come in as a coach and you're arrogant and you think you got all the answers and you think everything's black and white. We're going to work, we're going to push the sled, we're going to run, and we're going to win. It's a whole lot of gray areas out there. It's about getting kids. Some of these kids got problems. They need to be loved on. It's just not all about football. You might want to think it's all about football, but I'm going to be friends with some of these kids until the day they put me in the ground. And I've only known him for 9 months, and he's one of them. And if he decides he wants to coach, he can come coach with me wherever I'm at, hopefully in Clinton.
Coach, I've been, for myself, been real impressed with you since day one when I met you. And I just like what you bring to the table with it. Wear it on your sleeve, integrity, character, hard work. And I can tell, I've been to a few practices, these kids really look up to you and interact with you. And I can tell they really enjoy you being their head coach, and I think you've been a blessing for the Clinton community.
Well, Sleepy, I had a dad, and he wasn't active in my life until late on in life. So my coaches were my dad. They stopped me from smoking the weed. They stopped me from joining the games. They stopped me, they stopped me from doing a lot of things. And, Coach Fisher, he's dead now. I asked him what could I do to ever repay him. He would drive all the way across town to drop me off from the boys club. And he said, do to somebody what I did for you. Not because you want a pat on the back, because it's the right thing to do. And, women are powerful. Women are powerful institutes in a young male's life. They really are. I had a mom and she was powerful. But there's a very powerful thing between a man loving a young man and teaching him how to be a man. That's impact right there. A man mentoring a young man is a lifetime impact if he does it the right way. And I'm on the other side of 50, and my chance of living another 50 years are probably slim to none. So when I lay down and I don't wake up no more, I want God to say that I fought a good fight and I made a difference in somebody else's life. And so I understand that being a head coach is more than winning football games. That's important. I want to win. I'm not going to undermine that. But at the same time, they've been put in my care, and a coach can be a very positive influence, and he can also be a very negative influence. So I choose to be positive.
Let's go to the phones. Go ahead, caller. You're on with Coach Keith.
Coach Dave Coyner, what's going on, buddy?
Not much. How you doing?
Doing good, man. John Williams took you out. John Williams said what I was going to say about you, Coach. Man, there's a lot of people here in Clinton that's really hyped up that you're here, and I'm one of those people. And from the first time I met you, I'm like John. I've seen a lot of good things in you, and just keep working hard, all right? Because good things happen to good people.
Yes,
good
sir.
people.
Yes, sir. I really appreciate that.
Well, you hang in there, and I know the Dragons are working hard because I get a report on you every now and then from your neighbor. He keeps me up on you, so but keep working hard, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, thanks, bud.
All right.
Thank you, David. We got one more caller. Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
Hey, Coach. Coach Brandon Ward here. How are you doing tonight?
Hey, how you doing, Coach?
It's Coach Ward,
Doing
middle
well.
school.
Hey,
Clinton.
sweet being, man. Hey, I was just calling to say thank you so much for showing up and supporting us on Thursday nights over at the field. We really appreciate it, Coach.
Well, Coach, you always support me. You supported me this summer. We're all together in this, Coach. I mean, we got to build a middle school just like we build a high school, one brick at a time. And I saw some good things. You were playing Robinson, who's I thought was loaded with talent. And, Coach, a couple of plays here and there, you'd have won that football game.
Yeah, decisions is a win. And it's all fine-tuning, like you said, with not being able to have the summer scrimmages, all those kind of things to overcome, it's just tweaking, So just look forward to seeing you guys out Friday night and helping support and build you guys as much as we can from the middle school level.
All right, Coach. Thank you very much.
Yep, thank you.
That's Coach Brandon Ward, Clinton Middle School. They'll be in action tomorrow night. Is it 7 o'clock?
Yeah, 7 o'clock. They're playing Loudon. It's at the high school's football field.
I'll be there.
So Loudon Redskins come in tomorrow, play the Clinton Hawks. So come out and support the middle school. And going back to Nate here. Nate, you got a couple of friends that play for Halls. Trevor Linderman, Xander Allen. I guess they're your friends, but maybe tomorrow night they'll be foes. But what can you say about those two guys? I know you played with them for 3 years.
Well, I mean, Trevor and Xander are some of the hardest working people I've ever met in my life. But I mean, I'm not too worried about it, in all honesty. Like, I have full confidence in our offensive line.
Yeah, Coach, I know 2 starters for Halls played at Clinton last year, and we had 2 that's up at AC right now. So that's 4 starters, and then that's almost half your offense or defense. Hey,
story of my life.
All right, so but that's all water under the bridge. But
I wish those guys the best. I mean, I looked at Lindemann on film and I seen Xander. They looked like they were happy. They played pretty good. I think Xander was player of the week for the first game of the year. And you know what? It doesn't make Clinton look bad. It just shows the amount of talent that Clinton has here. It's my job to keep it here and cultivate it. And we're going to try to do things better. I think the principal at the high school and the AD are doing a whole lot of good things. You know, the kids seem to be having fun. You know, they're jazzing school up. You know, they're making the kids have fun there as well as learn. I think the teachers are doing a hell of a job with the COVID situation, online teaching, and and everybody seems to be upbeat. So Clinton's on the rise in more aspects than just the football program. Academically, we're a pretty good school, and so I like to tell the teachers that I'm proud of them and the administration as well.
I just want to make a point there. Those 4 student athletes I mentioned, they all left before you came here.
They did.
And there's no reflection on you or anything. I think if they had known you were coming, they would still be at Clemson.
Man, I wish you had told them. Those were good athletes.
Right. We could see the future. Yeah. But.
Well, looks like we have another caller. Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
I think they hung up.
Right, sounds like they hung up. One thing, we were talking about Nate earlier, how Nate wants to be a coach. One thing I've seen out of him, and I know you've seen this too, Coach, the way he's mentored the freshmen and the sophomores that were coming up. And I know this past weekend, I sent Dylan some highlights that I got. He's a guy in the back. The catch from Braylon Taylor. Nate, how much have you worked with Braylon this past year?
And just be running routes and everything. And they're the future of the program. I've always been a Clinton guy, always will be. So I think it's important that our future gets built up as much as they possibly can.
So what are some of the things you've noticed among this team that's different from last year?
Hardest working football team I've been on, and everyone's spirits are so much higher, and there's not any negativity that I've noticed, but we're more of a brotherhood. Knowing we don't really have any locker room cliques or anything like that. It's just one big unit.
We're close.
Close-knit team.
We are close-knit.
Well, Nate, we appreciate your coming in tonight and sharing your story with us, and we wish you nothing but success tomorrow or Friday night and the rest of the season.
Appreciate it, sir.
Thank you, Nate. We have one more caller right now. We'll take right before this next break. Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
Hey, Joshua Keith here. How you guys doing?
Doing well.
How you doing, Joshua? This is freshman quarterback Joshua Keith, Coach Darrell Keith's son.
Yes, sir. I just like to say, for all the football players that's watching this, man, let's just go out there Friday, play hard, 110% every play, and make Clayton community proud, and let's just go out there and ball out. And I'd like to pray for Hunter Ford, Caleb Cook, and Trey Stackerson on their injuries. I know they just want to be on the field just like everybody else.
Thank you, Joshua.
Yes, sir. God bless.
Congratulations on your performance the other night.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right. See you guys later. Have a good night.
Good night.
Coach said, get to bed early tonight. Coach, sounds like you got a future leader out there already in the making.
I let my wife toot this horn. Joshua is special in a lot of ways because, my other son, Donovan, he came down here. He's more like me. He came down here and played Fulton some years ago. We consider ourselves road warriors. Joshua got a good heart. He's just a good person. His mama made him that way. They got close during her illness, and he just Joshua. You know, that's what we say. He's just Joshua. He's just a good guy. He doesn't really hold any malice in his heart, and so I think that's one of his strengths as my youngest son. And you know, I think when Joshua leaves the house, I think we're gonna have to reinvent ourselves because Joshua keeps us young. We're an old couple with a young son. I'm 50, 53. My wife's 49, and we got a 14-year-old. So, you know, we're gonna miss Joshua. Joshua's special, not just on the football field, but off. I think Joshua keeps us alive, and I appreciate that I really appreciate that from him. And I appreciate the love you've shown him. I haven't seen him this happy since we were in Japan. He really loves it here. You know, anytime that you got a young kid that can walk to school and you can feel confident about it, you got to be living in a good place.
Right, and I've met him a few times and been real impressed with him. He's just 14 years old, but man, y'all have raised him right.
Thank you.
Definitely tell. I have another question here for you, Coach. Somebody's wanting me to ask about maybe the junior varsity. I know you got a good freshman class. You've been playing a lot of freshmen. Is there any JV games?
I really want to play JV ball. You know, we only have one quarterback now, or we're developing two others. But it has nothing to do with having a quarterback. You know, we're trying to limit as much contact with other schools as we possibly can because of the COVID. You know, we're taking a chance of playing on Friday night, then come back on Monday night and expose ourselves again. So what we were trying to, you know, concentrate on is waiting around. Maybe can we make it to the third or fourth or fifth game before we start playing JV games to, you know, make sure that we can make it halfway through the season because let's just be honest. At some point in time, somebody's gonna probably. I'm not gonna speak that into existence. But that's a good chance that somebody might, you know, get COVID. And like I already talked to one guy, he said they had to shut their whole shut their whole JV schedule down because one of the kids on JV has COVID. But technically, if the JV kids got COVID, then so does the varsity because they all practice together. So that's why we're doing it to limit our chance of exposure.
We'll talk about some of those freshmen. I know you was wanting to talk about them.
I have to give the credit. That credit doesn't go to me. I wasn't their coach last year. Jason Hammock, you know, has cultivated those kids since they were from Clem Little League, you know, from the Optimus program, and they're just not accustomed to losing. I mean, they're borderline arrogant. They're not scared of the seniors. They come up to me when I'm gonna get to play. They're not scared at all. I mean, I've never seen freshmen like this in my life.
You started 7 the other night.
I did. I'll tell you who surprised me the most was Braylon Taylor. Braylon is what, 2 or 3 feet tall, and he jumped about 7 feet off the ground and caught a ball. That was amazing. I mean, I didn't know where Joshua was going with that one when he threw it. I thought he would throw it to the guy that was 6'6", which was Wesley, another freshman. And he threw it to, you know, we call him the midget connect. Excuse me, they can't use that word. The little people connection.
One thing to let you know, here's some of the highlights, just a couple of the touchdowns that we had with Josh's big run that we got from Friday. You just see the celebration that was going on the
That's
sidelines.
his brother,
Yeah, you were talking about his brother earlier. And then just a little bit, Dylan's also got the catch on there too. The one that you were talking about with Braylon. You can just see the excitement right there that the whole team had. But what did that mean to you, just seeing that excitement happen?
I mean, to see the whole team excited and the coaches excited. You know, I was emotional, but at the same time, you know, it was bittersweet. We had Dickerson behind us who was in great pain. So, you know, I was perplexed.
Hey, here's that catch you were talking about.
Yeah, that's
a
little people connection. That's all right there. I mean, I didn't see that one coming.
You didn't call that.
You had you even had the kids on the sideline going.
But that's what right there. That's what Clem deserves right there. That's what the people in Clinton, they deserve that right there. And we're going to try to give them that all over the field. Defense, special teams. We owe a lot to this community.
Go to another call here.
Looks like we actually have a couple of calls. One right here. Go ahead, caller, you're on the air.
Hey, this is Allison Hall, Crawdaddy's daughter.
Yes, ma'am.
But I just wanted to chime in real quick and just say that I'm so appreciative of Coach and his whole family. The whole entire family is just a complete joy to be around. They are really making a difference in our community, and I'm so thankful for that. Not only with the football program, but everything he's done at the high school. You know, just wanting the school in general to look better, how he is with the kids. We just really love him, and we love Joshua, of course, and Jeanette, his wife. She's precious, and we are just so thankful that they are a part of the Dragon family now.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate that, Alice. I really do. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for
But
calling
you all
in.
have a good night, and I cannot wait until Friday.
Yes, ma'am. Me neither.
Go Dragons.
Go Dragons.
Bye-bye.
What does that mean, having people like that call in just to talk about Josh as well?
I try not to get emotional. I'm supposed to be a hardcore dude.
Go ahead, caller, you're on the air.
Go ahead, caller.
Coach, this is Tegan Bollinger.
Hey, Tegan, how you doing?
Good, how are you, Coach?
Always good to hear from you.
I was just wanting to say thank you for everything you've done for the community and me. I can't wait to be up there.
I can't wait to have you up here. You're a class act, son. Your mom and your dad are doing a real good job raising you. You're gonna be a big time coach one day.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
All right, Cerebral.
Thank you, Tegan.
I've seen him play, and I'm real impressed with him. His instincts.
He is. He's an old man in a young man's body. I think Tegan might be 73, 74 years old.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you coming in tonight and bringing some of your student athletes with you, and we want to wish you the best of luck Friday night in your first home game. The Dragons, it's going to be a blackout, right?
Yes. You guys have no idea what you guys are doing for these kids, man. We don't have this in Kentucky, you know. We don't sit down and talk on the television, and this place is a class act, man. I'm 0-2 and I'm happy. That's crazy. I'm serious. This is my hat's off to y'all. Y'all class act down here. This is awesome for high school football. This is beyond me. Hey, once again, thanks again. This is a big deal. Don't y'all take it for granted.
Yeah, Brad Jones and Dylan back in the back, making it happen.
Yes.
Those guys do a great job, and Brad's been doing this for a while, and I grew up watching it pretty much, and just a blessing to be able to host not only yourself and just all the schools in the area.
Yeah, this is a big deal.
Well, Coach, you're welcome, and thanks again for coming in, and good luck Friday night.
Yes, sir. We'll see you there.
All right, we're going to go. We got another call here.
All right. Go ahead, caller. You're on the air. Go ahead, caller.
Hello?
Wait.
We can hear you.
Go ahead.
Hello?
Hello?
We can hear you.
Don't listen. Turn your TV down. Listen through your phone.
Hey, it sounds like they hung up.
Okay.
We're going to go ahead and take a little quick break, and we'll be back to wrap it up. And we appreciate Coach Keith and his players coming in, and we'll be right back. You're watching the Locker Room Chat.
Drugstore in downtown Rockwood is the premier pharmacy service location. Let our professional staff help with all your pharmacy needs, answer your questions, or help with your medication management with our Medicine on Time packaging system. We also offer medication therapy management to ensure you're receiving maximum benefits from your medication. Diabetes care is available with one-on-one consultations, or you can attend one of our monthly diabetes information classes. Live and Let Live Drugstore in downtown Rockwood.
We treat you like family at RMG. Bring your junk, cars, aluminum cans. We'll buy it on the spot and we'll pay you a lot. We treat you like family at RMG. Yeah, we treat you like family at RMG. We treat you like family.
Chrome Metals is located just off of Highway 27 between Harriman and Rockwood.
At Earl F. Subaru, providing exceptional customer service is what we do best, and we've got the awards to prove it.
We've been recognized as Tennessee's only 9-time winner of the Love Promise Customer Commitment Award. And again this year, we also earned the Love Promise Community Commitment Award given for enhancing the areas we serve. At Earl F. Subaru, we're more than just a car lot. We're a retailer you can love and one that gives back to local causes. Check out our reviews that come to Earl F. Subaru in Harriman.
Take I-40 to exit 347 in Harriman, or check all our specials at duffsubaru.com.
Muncie Pharmacy is your locally owned hometown pharmacy. They accept most insurances, so why go to the large chain pharmacies when you get better customer service at Muncie Pharmacy? Have a special prescription that needs compounding? Muncie Pharmacy can handle those needs as well. Muncie Pharmacy has a drive-thru for your convenience and offers free delivery in the Oak Ridge area. And don't forget the gifts that we have available for all occasions.
Here at Muncie Pharmacy, we take the time to know you and treat you like family.
Football is back. And OAB Law is excited for a season full of big hits, perfect plays, and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OAB Law will come to your defense and tackle any obstacles blocking you from scoring a full and fair settlement. Call OAB Law 865-546-1111 and turn your wreck into a check.
Welcome back to the locker room chat, and we enjoyed that with the coach Keith and his players. It was really good.
Phil is a class act. I was there. You got to take it in from behind the camera. What were your impressions?
I mean, you could just tell he's a very genuine human being. First off, I mean, the fella's sitting up here, and I'll tell it. I mean, he's about to tear up. I mean, he's so overwhelmed with the support and the embrace that he feels in the community, and you can just tell it. Talking to these kids behind the camera, you know, it's unreal what a close-knit group that those guys really are, and you can tell it's a family atmosphere in Clinton.
Right, I was definitely taken back to when first I met him on this show. You know, just his character and.
Oh, absolutely, he's definitely a presence in the room.
And we got about 5 minutes to go in the show, and I want to touch on a few things here. We'll mention the Anderson County girls volleyball team. They're now 12-0. They won at the Kings Academy yesterday. A very good private school team, I think number 2 in the state. And I saw where Anderson County girls volleyball, they were now number 1 in the state overall in all classifications.
Number 1.
Max preps, and also 24 in the nation. So I want to give the Lady Mavericks volleyball team a shout out. And also Anderson County Middle School will be playing tomorrow night. They were playing Jefferson. And they
Norris Middle.
Right, excuse me, Norris Middle. Thank you, Matt. And they defeated North City last week. They're taking on a good Jefferson team tomorrow night. So good luck to them. And the Clinton Hawks as well at home against Loudon. So, guys, anything you'd like to talk about before we make these picks? I know Matt, he had the best record last week, went 7-3.
We were all tied going into Saturday, and it was just the Oak Ridge Dobbins Bennett game that chose it between the three of us.
Right.
And
Eric brought me my Code Red he owed me from last week.
Now I'm down one over here.
I was sleepy or drink as
I'm
well.
just handing out drinks over here.
Now you might, who knows, you might get this week.
There you go. Did anybody see Dobbins Bennett really handling Oak Ridge the way they did? I didn't see that.
Oh,
coming.
I didn't see it. No, I didn't see it coming. No.
I did not see that coming at all.
They whooped them on both lines.
I mean, that just tells me either Hardin Valley's down or Oak Ridge had a bad night.
Kingsport's pretty good, as Matt mentioned earlier in the show. Yeah, they had a lot of starters back off last year's team, and they're number 5 in the state. So,
well, we got to get this Ram tough top 6.
Yeah, we got 10 games here to go. We'll have to go without the poll this week. But
okay.
Let's make our picks. We got Rockwood at Oliver Springs.
That's the Thursday night game. I will go with Oliver Springs.
I will take the Bobcats at home.
As well, we'll go with. I'll go with Rockwood. Harriman, Cofield.
Cofield big.
Cofield.
It'll be a close game. I'll go with the home team, the Yellow Jackets. AC traveling to Chattanooga, take on Hickson. I'll go with the Mavericks.
I'll take AC as well.
We'll go with the sweep. I'll go AC.
Austin East 0-2 at Kingston. That's a big game. 1-0 games at Kingston. I'll take the Yellow Jackets at home.
I'll take the Yellow Jackets as well.
I'll go opposite and go the Roadrunners.
Midway Oakdale. We ain't talked about them much. 2-0.
Oakdale goes to 3-0. You heard it here first.
Oakdale.
I'll take Midway. Wartburg, Oneida. Give me Oneida.
Oneida.
Halls at Clinton. I'm taking the Dragons to defeat the Red Devils.
I'm taking the Red Devils.
I'll take Clinton.
Campbell County at Oak Ridge.
Give me the Wildcats.
Oak Ridge.
Wildcats to bounce back. Jefferson County at Morristown West. Interesting. Jefferson County's lost 9 straight. Morristown West went on a COVID win last week. Give me the Patriots.
I'm going to say Jeff County goes 10 in a row.
I'll say Jeff County.
And Loudon at Brainerd.
I'll go Loudon.
I'll take Loudon as well.
Both teams 2-0. Give me the Redskins to make it 3-0. And we appreciate everyone calling in, and thank you for watching the Locker Room Chat.